Hi, I'm Bethany. This is my husband Steve. We live in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It's a small town outside of Boston, and it's the home of the New England Patriots.
I'm 38 years old and I'm a researcher in cybersecurity, and Beth is 40 years old and she stays at home taking care of our two little pugs named Lola and Otis.
We have, over the past couple years, vacationed down in Charleston, South Carolina, and the two of us have fallen in love with it down there. It's a beautiful city, and we feel bad every time we leave. We just love going back down there.
Yeah.
So this past winter, we started talking about what it would be like to own some property down there. So after lengthy discussions, we made a trip down in March and spent a week doing some house hunting.
So when we first embarked on this process, we didn't necessarily know what it was we wanted, but once we got down there and started looking, we quickly figured out what it was we didn't want. So part of the charm of Charleston are the old historic homes, and that's part of what makes it so beautiful and what we like, but we decided that we didn't want to own one of them. These old historic homes require a lot of time, money, and work to keep up, and you're not allowed to remodel them without getting some special permissions from the city. So we decided that might be a lot to get into for basically our second home, 1,000 miles away from where we live in Foxborough.
Yeah, and I really, they are beautiful, and when you walk the streets, you're in love and enchanted by these homes. The difference is, though, when you go inside, they tend to be colonial. They try to maintain that historic look, and that's not my style. I'm much more of a Pottery Barn girl, I think. So going in and seeing homes down there with really heavy moldings and very ornate chandeliers, that is not my style. So I also, as much as I love a remodeling project and I'm totally into everything that's, you know, about houses, I did not see us embarking on projects that would mean taking floors that have slanted and trying to fix them, or taking houses that were actually leaning on their side and making them straight again.
Oh, another thing, we didn't want to have a house on one of the streets that the horse and carriage tours went by. She really can't deal with that.
Yeah, I know that sounds funny, but I'm kind of an animal person. That's my dog in the background right now trying to get in the pantry. And every time I see a horse and carriage go by, I'm cringing. I feel so bad for the horses, and there are just certain streets that in Charleston they use a lot, and I would be miserable if I lived on one of them. So that was an absolute deal breaker.
All right, so what about the condo fees? We didn't want those.
Oh, you're not. That was, yeah, right. That was another thing. We did not want to take on monthly fees for 25 years for our second home. That kind of felt a little expensive, and we needed to stay away from something like that.
Yeah. So as far as what we did want, I think we both were agreed that we wanted a single family dwelling. Personally, I wanted to have a third bedroom so that I could turn it into a study or entertainment. Well, I need a room to make my study and entertainment area look kind of like what I have here. After all, otherwise I'd be bugging you with all of my noise. So I need the third bedroom, and I would also like to have a little outdoor space with some greenery. If not a full yard, at least like a little courtyard, just something, a little private outside area. Also, it was very important to have a place that was within walking distance of all the cool downtown stuff in Charleston. Wanted to be able to get to cafes and shops and restaurants really easily.
Yeah, that was kind of your biggest thing, I think.
Yeah.
For me, I agree with him on some of those, but for me, the major wish factors were I wanted a two-story home, and I wanted to have something with an open floor plan and square footage. Kind of hard to find down there. You see a lot of formal dining rooms and foyers, and we're not formal people, and so that was something I did not want. I really wanted to find more spacious open floor plan. Other things that were important to me were finding 2 bathrooms. We wanted one for him and one for me, because that's what we have now.
Yes.
And I think that works really. That's the key to our marriage, separate bathrooms. I also wanted, like every girl, a good kitchen. It did not have to be my dream kitchen. It just needed to be a kitchen that had good bones, so that down the future, that would be a remodeling project I would like to take on, you know, transforming it into something that I love, you know, with white cabinets and stainless steel. And then, of course, major major must-haves were hardwood floors, that is essential, and a fireplace because they provide ambiance.
Now that is very difficult to get because Charleston, finding a functional fireplace in a home in the south on the ocean, probably not going to happen.
I understand it's not needed, but it is nice to have, and I wanted one, so.
So why did we decide to go out and buy now? Well, so the Charleston market, it didn't get hit as bad as the rest of the U.S., but it was at the lowest point it's been in a while. And so we knew we were going to keep vacationing down there, and we thought there was a good chance we might end up retiring down there someday, so we just decided to just go for it and go ahead and get a second home down in Charleston.
Yep. And so now I'm going to take you on a tour of my favorite room in the house, and then you'll see Steve's in a little bit. Hi again, we're in my great room. Just a little bit of background for you. This house is about 12 years old. It was new construction when I bought it, and I had a lot of fun being able to design every aspect of this house. And so this floor plan is my creation, and this great room was something that I wanted for the most formal things that I might have, and it's really not formal at all. It's basically a living room and a dining area, and we use this space for when company comes over or when there's holidays. But the things I wanted to show you today are the things that are the most important to me about this room, and that is right here, my fireplace. This was additional. Obviously, when you do new construction, there's a lot of additional costs, but this was one that I could not live without, and I love it because New England has really cold winters, and it's nice to have a fire on a Saturday or a Sunday and to sit in here and drink coffee and read a book and just be cozy and warm while the snow is falling. And then for when the weather is nice, this area down here is especially great because I had these two sets of triple windows put in, and they look out at our woods and conservation land. It's really bright and open and airy, and it just feels like the outdoors is inside with you, and I love that. And then the last feature that's in this house that actually extends everywhere, but I'm just going to point it out here, is that I had hardwood floors put in from the get-go. They are essential because, one, they look great, they add warmth, you can accessorize with cool rugs, and they're super easy to clean. And like we've mentioned before, we've got dogs, and for those that shed amongst us, it's a really good plus to have a floor you can sweep easily. So now I'm going to take you to go see Steve, and he's going to go show you the lower level.
Okay, so this is the basement level of our house. This is kind of my area of the house where I have my study and my entertainment area. So I spend a lot of time down here. So one of the things that's really great about this space is all of the windows, right? So all these windows let in a lot of light, makes it seem really open down here. Almost makes it feel like you're not really even in a basement at all, which is one of the things that makes it so great. So you can see my study area is over there. I've got an entertainment system and stereo and stuff set up here. So it's really important to be able to have a place where I can have some fun. So we've got a great built-in setup here for library books and for a nice little gas fireplace where I can stay warm and cozy in the wintertime. And over here we have a kitchenette where I can make some coffee as I'm working down in the study and hide snacks away from my wife, who is always trying to find them. And that is the lower level.
So those were our favorite rooms, and that's a small tour of our house. Thanks for joining us. We hope we get to see you soon.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.